recording as well. Hello, everyone. Yes,
I have a voice.
you're right.
Yeah.
All good. All good. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Friday fun chats that we've been doing. This last week, both of us were actually quite sick, and it was not the Rona, so we're all good. We're all good now. But we wanted to jump on and do another chat as per the topic, talking about crypto. I really wanted to bring this up because I've had a lot of people just ask me about. It's very funny. It's whenever crypto hits all-time highs or starts getting back up to big numbers, that's when people like eyes get drawn into crypto and want to know. Now, for myself personally, just with any of this that we say, both myself and Jess, like we're not experts, but we just spend a lot of time, like we're not financial advisors or any of that kind of shit. But, I've been in the space in crypto since about 2018. And I did like what a lot of people did, invested when it was at like $20,000 when it just boomed, because I hadn't even heard about it. And it just all of a sudden hit the media when it hit again, all-time highs. It got up to 20,000. I'm like, what's this Bitcoin thing? Worked out what it was, went on and bought in $20,000, and then it spent the next 4 years plummeting all the way down to like $3,000. So, but I kept it, held it there, and then not once during that bear market cycle, I still learned more about crypto in terms of what it is, what its use case was for, why do we need this, what's happening with it. And I was accumulating more. I've been accumulating under $20,000 since then, for quite some time. So I'm in a good position. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up today is because, again, hot topic conversation for a lot of people. Jess is in the space. But what's really cool is, well, the way that Jess manages her crypto and the way I do my crypto is very, very different. But also what we're doing now with trading as well is we've learnt through the trading that we do, our organization trading. We do HFX, high frequency binary option trading. And we do that with crypto in a sense that we fund our account with crypto. When we make gains on our account, it grows. But then also when we make withdrawals, we withdraw it back into crypto. Now, the reason why I'm doing that, obviously we're in a bull market. It makes sense for me to accumulate and stash more and more crypto. Personally, on that platform, I'm using Ethereum. And then once, as we've had with Ethereum, I've been in, Jess has been in since under $1,000. In terms of heavily invested, I've been in since like under $100 in Ethereum, but making adjustments on my portfolio as we run up, it's very important. So the one thing that I just want to say before I'll let you have a chat, Jess, is just that there's two different types of people when it comes to crypto. One, people that just want to don't really want to actively participate and don't really care. They've just got some money. They want to chuck it in. They're curious to see how it grows. My advice to you guys is simply just put some money in Bitcoin, put some money in Ethereum, buy a couple little layer ones, which is like your Cardano, your Polkadot, your Solana, ones that are inside the top 10, that's not a stable coin, and just let it sit. Let it sit for 5 years, 10 years, treat it as a superannuation fund, chuck in a little bit of money here and there, once a month, whatever it is, use it as like a savings account. That's it. Fantastic. I promise you within 10 years, you're going to see some really good returns. If you want to be a little bit more proactive, like I've been over the last probably 24 to 48 months, I've been, making adjustments, understanding how the cycles move. But that being said, Jess, is there anything you just wanted to touch on that so far?
Yeah, I think I'm someone who likes to dive into this. I definitely at the beginning of this year was someone who just put money in the big guns, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And as time has gone on, I really just space is growing and it's going to keep growing, right? And right now, if you're watching, Bitcoin's just had its highest value, it's just hit its highest value. Now, what normally happens in this time is people are like, yeah, crypto's awesome, and they'll put money in or they'll leave their money in, and then we all know, who's been around for a while, there is going to be retracement. It's going to come down. What's great about being in the trading space is that we make money if it goes up or if it goes down. But if you're just someone who just has all your money in a coin, one coin specifically, and not diversifying your crypto portfolio, that's when people can become into that fear and I've got to sell it, right? And they'll sell it when it goes low, and then we'll have another big high, and then they don't make money. So I think one thing is to know, like Dom just said, if you're just holding crypto, you've got to think long term. You can't just be selling, buying. You want to sort of have, if you're not actively researching and putting money in different coins, you're just using the big top 10, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., then just leave it. Don't watch it. Don't worry about it. check it in a couple of years and then make your decision. But for people who are like buying in and then just selling every time it drops, like, you're probably not right to be in crypto, to be honest. Like, it's so volatile. It's going to continue to do this. It's just the way it works. So I think also just like understanding the markets and media, and you look at all these things, we're just talking about like what happened with like Tesla and Elon Musk, and just like the power that some of these people have, and that so they can take advantage of the drops and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I think it's so important to just, ask the questions, like research, have a look. Like, I'm really getting into and looking into the NFT coins now. Me and Dom were just talking about that before. And just being like, diversifying, playing around. Like, I use a lot of platforms, so a lot of my stuff is passive, but I'm also very intentional now about just like playing around with a few different coins, like I said, with the NFTs and stuff. So just be aware that even though Bitcoin is at a high, and it will get higher, I do believe that, but there is going to be a retracement, so just be ready for that. Like, don't freak out. That's what happened.
You're 100% right though, Jess, in saying that there is going to be retracements, and with any market, obviously, when it comes up, you've got to have pullbacks, etc. Just knowing though what market we're in at the moment, we are in a bull market, so you can be investing a little bit more aggressively. But as a prime example, like when we hit this all-time high previously, which was like back in before June. Sorry, it was like April, when it was. I can't remember now exactly off the top of my head. But anyway,
May.
May.
It's May. Ethereum is at like 5.5.
Correct.
I can't remember what Bitcoin was, but there were,
And then what happened? We had mass coordinated attack, manipulation, mass media was just absolutely flooding when that joke, very similar to what's happening right now in world events. They were just putting all this manipulation, saying Bitcoin's bad for the environment, shit, it's crap, it's yucky, it's no good. Then what happened is we had a few whales also sell, because we did make an all-time high. So that correlated with that, because the price, when a whale dumps their bags and makes some profit, that will naturally push the price down. And then you coordinate that with also a lot of mass media flooding the news, then that will drive it down lower. Now, people have in their minds back in 2017 and 2019 when we hit $20,000, and then it dropped to like under 10 by 50%. So there's that reciprocal fear that all this has happened before, shit, it's going to happen again. So then when they see that drop, then they start selling out. Then what happens is those whales, the manipulated, the people that are actually running the shit around here, come in and they swoop the dips, they buy up. They keep the price low so they can keep accumulating. And then like what's happening now, like the reason why I know these things is because I asked some of my mates who don't really in the know with crypto. I'm like, oh, what do you know about crypto lately? What do you know about trading? What do you know about the financial markets? And they don't know. And then now all of a sudden these same mates now know, because we're back at all-time highs. So what's happening now? We're at all-time highs. The institutionals and all the big head honchos have been buying the dips, accumulating lots of crypto. They're pushing price up because now they're all coordinating buys, and up it goes. Media starts to get positive. Oh, it's going to hit 200,000. This Bitcoin's amazing. It's going to change the world. And then what happens? Retail gets back in. They manipulate price up even higher. They're buying the tops. And then what do the whales do? Once all-time high was broken at 67,000, like it was a couple of days ago, the whales sell again, drive price. Your retail investor, everyday Joe Blow, like, fuck, I've just lost money, because they can see it coming down. They get afraid, they sell at a loss, and they drive. Then all of a sudden, mass selling takes place, and then they come back in, swoop the dip again, and it just continues to roll through. Now, the thing is with crypto, and what I do love about it is understanding the underlying process with it. I do believe crypto, a form of cryptocurrency, whether it be a USD backed stable currency, will become like a global currency. That I am afraid of, because there will be total control. It'll be easily for the government to be able to manage, because everyone operates under the one coin. But at the moment, it's going to take a while before that takes place. So we can counteract, and we can basically manipulate what's happening right now and get on the bandwagon by making some serious gains if you're smart and you know how to manipulate and maneuver profits. Don't just sit in one spot, as Jess said. So I guess the whole premise of what we're at right now is just don't try, if you want to be proactive in your portfolio, do the work, do the research, pay for courses, get involved in our trading community, learn about how to read the markets. Don't buy the tops, buy the dips. If you're buying when it's green, you're stupid. You want to be buying when it's red, when things are massively reduced in price. Jess mentioned on NFTs. That's a very hypey thing at the moment. It's amazing. The concept of NFTs is the way of the future. I do expect like the whole world to operate in a quote unquote metaverse. And it's a little bit scary to think about that, but we can't stop what's happening. So what we got to do is with these kind of things is jump on the trends early. It's no different to back in the day. Everyone was afraid of the internet, right? They didn't want the internet to exist. They didn't want computers. They didn't want the dot-com era. But the ones who did double down, invest, throw in some big money back then are multi-millionaires and billionaires now because they did. And we're at that precipice right now where mass adoption is starting to take place in massive entities and corporations. And if you do not get on this wagon now, then you're going to miss out on that kind of opportunity. Like, you know, I wasn't even born during the dot-com era, but, you know, just very important to see what's happening and taking place. So NFTs, I won't go into too much detail because it can be very overwhelming, but essentially what's happened is that's gone off. Now it's just dropped and had a massive retracement as well because all the focus was on Bitcoin. So they've pulled back a lot. So investing in some NFTs right now would be actually quite smart. And because you're basically buying at a reduced price. Whenever I throw in any money into a coin, I want to make sure they're around about 50% off their previous all-time high, because you know it's still got to grow that much to get to that point, and then it's going to make sure it breaks its all-time high, because Bitcoin has done that same thing every time. But I'm going to do a podcast episode on this. So if you are watching this now or watching the replay, go to the IME podcast. I'm going to do like probably an hour podcast breaking this down. I haven't done it yet, and really deep dive the cryptocurrency space. Sorry, Jess.
No, you're right. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's so important, like definitely to, like Dom just shared some really great value here, even for myself as someone quite new in the crypto space. But I think, yeah, definitely the people that are coming in and you're putting your money, like I'm 100% like Dom. I know that crypto eventually is going to do something in the currency market. Don't know exactly what, but I definitely feel like if you haven't yet done anything, yeah, it's definitely time. Like this is the time you want to get in. Do your research. Definitely when Dom does this podcast, like check it out. So excited. We don't have a lot of people sharing about like the crypto space. So I think it's so important to share and let people know what you're doing. And if it's working, like, you know, with me using my platforms, using the higher coins and holding them, but now also diversifying and really learning about like NFTs and stuff. So yeah, I think today's been awesome. It's been a great call.
Yeah, been a really good call. So as we said, guys, if it's something you want to be interested in, just learning more, being around a community that's focusing on trading, because we don't just focus on like foreign currencies. We do focus on all forms of trading, and just to understand the financial markets. It's something that should be taught in the schooling system. If it isn't, that's another topic of conversation. But get around a community. We're building a massive community that are focused on all areas of life, creating money, but also getting educated, and also focusing on leadership development and mindset growth. And that's really like the precipice of what it's all about, you know, when it comes to living your life. So if you're interested in that at all, please hit us up, because we're doing some pretty cool things, and some students are getting some awesome results in a short period of time and are making some really good gains. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening in. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and weekend.
Guys.
Catch you later.